Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be talking about something that's very, very important in Valorant, and it's this concept of pre-round efficiency. In my private sessions, I don't see enough of this, and I think this is one thing that's hindering a lot of you and keeping you from ranking up. If you can do a good job of setting yourself up for success in the pre-round, you're naturally giving yourself a competitive advantage over your opponents. Um, and so what I've done here in this video, and this will be a short one, guys, I've come up with a checklist. I've systematically put this together. It's pretty simple. And what you want to do is you want to try to implement this as soon as possible, no matter what rank you are. Even at lower ranks, I think this is very important because once you start to rank up, this is the type of thing that will keep you in those games. Okay, you'll be able to avoid certain plays. Once you get to the higher ranks, things start to get very logical. Valorant is a game of information, right? You hold tab and you see the ults, you see the economy. And based off of that information, you need to make a judgment call. You need that information to be what the deciding factor that dictates the way that you're positioned and the plays that you're making, okay? Because people at the higher ranks are very, very efficient, and when they understand that they have the advantage in the round, they will usually run with it, okay? So, trust me when I say this is very important, and this is something that you guys should try implementing right away, okay? Get reps doing this. So, what's important? The first 10 seconds of the pre-round, I want you guys to analyze information. How do we do that? We hold tab, and we hold tab for 10 seconds. We look at the enemy's ults, we look at our ults, and we look at the enemy's money, we look at our money, and then we look at the mini-map, okay? First things first, economy. I want you guys to realize that when the enemy team is saving, or if they have less money, they are more likely to take risks, right? If we are saving and the enemy has full buy, they are less likely to take risks, and we should be more likely to take risks. Okay? This is really, really important. And also, when you start thinking about the ultimates, when an enemy has an ult, they're more likely to use it. So if certain ults favor certain bomb sites, maybe we shouldn't play on those. If you're playing against Raze ult, maybe you shouldn't play close to the barrier. You know, if you're playing against Breach ult, maybe you shouldn't have 3 people grouped up on B site on Sunset, right? All of these things are very important. These are things that should be dictating your positioning and your decision making in the round. If you start hitting tab in the pre-round and you start looking at this stuff, you start letting it dictate the way that you're positioned early on in the round, and you give yourself time to communicate to your teammates what you're doing and why you're doing it, you can not only help yourself survive, but you can help your teammates survive. And when your teammates survive, usually you put yourself in good position to close out rounds, okay? So a lot of this just comes down to analyzing information. The last part of this is looking at your mini-map. I want you to look at the mini-map in the first 10 seconds of the round, and I want you to look and see if there's any holes in the defense. Sometimes it might not be optimal for you to play a certain area of the map, but it's even more suboptimal to leave that area of the map uncontested, right? So you don't want to play 4 people on A and 1 person on B. You want to be that second person that now heads over to B. So you play 2-3 on whatever map, right? You got to look at the mini-map. Even if it's not optimal, you need to take a look at it and you need to fill the gaps. Doing stuff together and filling the gaps on defense is something that's very, very important. Okay, guys? So use this 10 seconds to analyze information. Take a look at the ults, take a look at the economy, take a look at the mini-map. These are the 3 things that should be dictating the way that you're positioned. Okay? The second 10 seconds should be about communication. Can you communicate to your teammates what is likely to come from the enemy? We always want to take a look at the ults, the economy, and then make a judgment call on what the enemy team might do. Always plan for the enemy's highest EV play. So expected value, that's what EV stands for. If the enemy has a Breach ult and a Raze ult, they aren't going to slow play the round and have the Raze go one site and the Breach go the other site and then ult the same one simultaneously. They're most likely going to Breach ult the site and then have the Raze follow it up. So what do you need to do? You need to plan with your site partners. You need to let them know, hey, careful on site. The enemy has Breach ult and Raze ult. We can't play there. We will die. Can we do this instead? All right? So you always want to warn your teammates of ults. You always want to warn your teammates of how you plan on playing around the round, whether or not you're playing off-site or on-site, and make sure that you guys are on the same page. Make sure that you're planning for the enemy's highest EV play. Okay, look at the information that they've given you, their ults, their money, and just say, I think they're probably, what would make sense if I was on their team is to do this. Okay, and then plan for that and try to avoid it or counter it. Okay. Next, the final thing, the final 10 seconds is checking your mini map again. All right, seeing if everybody's in position, if they've listened to your plan. If they haven't listened to your plan, I want you to look at their body language in game. Do they look like they're postured to fight? Do they look like they're playing passive, right? And so if your original plan and their body language or positioning in the pre-round doesn't look like they're on the same page, you need to adjust, okay? You need to either go fight with them or play a little bit safer. Generally, I think doing things together will benefit you. So a suboptimal plan that you execute together will always kind of beat an optimal plan that's executed separately. So keep that in mind. I've made a video about this. It's very, very important to kind of figure out ways to play together if you can. Okay, so sometimes being suboptimal is fine as long as you're prioritizing being with your teammates. And then the last thing is just make adjustments. Make adjustments as necessary. If you're not able to execute the plan, let your teammates know. We don't want to make any assumptions about what our team is going to do. We want to try to communicate with them and set ourselves up for success. I hope you guys understand this. This is very, 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 very important. If you can do a good job of implementing this, it will set you guys up for success. I will try to show examples of this that I think might happen in pro games going forward when I do some of these VOD reviews. So definitely look out for this. I hope this is something that you guys can implement. I hope this is something that brings you guys value, because I know this is something that will increase your individual in-game IQ and set you guys up for success as you continue to rank up. If you have any questions at all, please drop a comment down below. And if you guys are interested in private coaching, please feel free to DM me, join my Discord, send me a DM. I'm more than happy to go over any of this stuff or any of my other videos in depth with you personally and set you guys up for success. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. I know it's a short one, but it's very important. And I think it's pivotal that you are systematic with your pre-round efficiency and that it's something that you commit to long term. Okay? Best of luck, guys. I'll see you in the next one.